Joe Sartarelli. Some people say Sortarelli. So anyway, I was born in 1946, and I've been involved in a lot of physical activities all my life. And I was involved in competitive martial arts for 10 years. I've trained football players from the New York Jets and the New York Giants. He used to come to my gym in Fairfield, which I owned for 5 years on Black Rock Turnpike in Fairfield. And I trained a couple of world record holders, one world record holder, a couple of national champions in various sports. And but the last few years, I started to turn my attention towards things that happen to people when you get older. You know, what really happens? Why do you lose your balance? And I've been working personally with people for 5 years now on just those problems. Whenever you work with somebody in the mid-70s and up, you have balance problems. That's automatic. And but during that time, I tried to figure out what is the best thing to do. I'm not like a dance instructor who's asking you, after I figured out how to correlate fitness with dancing, to try to sell you dancing. And I'm not a past karate instructor trying to show you the benefits of balance and everything for karate and how you would use that. But what I am is I've always been searching for what's real. And you're not going to really hear what's real on TV. You're going to hear what's going to benefit that person. Now, if you look through all the years, back when a lot of people in our age group were calling people like me health nuts, and they still had Ronald Reagan selling cigarettes on TV and the Surgeon General too. So we were in a kind of a darker place back then. But if you think about the beginning of the fitness movement, which was valid right from the beginning, and what evolved, do you remember when ladies wanted to get a little weight off, what they would do? They would walk into the European health spa and get on that machine with the belt and just shake their stomach. And you know what? If you wanted to lose more, speed it up, spend another 10 minutes. And then after that, you went over to the rollers and rolled your behind on. Remember that? And everybody believed it. All the women were over there lined up to wait to use these machines. And then after that, we had Jack LaLanne in the early days, one of the he really knew things, you know. And then after that, we had Susan Summers with the Thigh Master, you know. Hey, Sue. And the Thigh Master, which does nothing for your thighs, because to activate your thighs, you either got to bend your leg this way or bend it that way. It has nothing to do with this. Anyway, we sold that for a while. And then after that, we came with Lane Powers, Jane Fonda, I can't remember all of the things in between, Body by Jake, Bowflex, I can't think, and now there's a new guy with the muscle confusion principle, which we've been using for 50 years. That's old, you know, when you get stale on one thing, you do something else. But when you represent it, it looks like a new thing. It's been around for a long, long time. So what I'm going to try to do is get prompted here so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm giving you a history of exercise. So in other words, what we're trying to do after all of this is figure out who's telling the truth. I mean, are the latest people telling the truth? I guess Tai Bo wasn't telling the truth because that's replaced by Zumba now. So everything lasts for like 6 months and we keep going and nothing changes. We've got people that are nutritionists, we got acupuncture, massage therapy, you know, we got doctors, holistic doctors, we got everything going on and it's getting worse and worse. And everybody knows it's getting worse. Now it's affecting kids that are 9 and 10 years old. And still we come up with all these new things, you know, they present it on TV, you go for it, and nothing really changes. See, and there's a couple of things I'd like to tell you about before I go on, and that is that there's a lot of baloney out there. For example, did you know that by doing, and this, some people know, some people don't, but predominantly people don't know. Did you know that you can't spot reduce? Spot reduce. No, you cannot spot reduce. Like, in other words, I can't make my waist lose body fat without losing body fat all over. When you look at your body and say, well, I lost it everywhere but here, or I lost it everywhere but here, or wherever your place happens to be, thank God it's not on the end of your nose. We all look funny. And so you try to figure out, well, I lost it here, but I didn't lose it here. Well, that's the way it's distributed on your body. You know, like you'll notice some ladies, they grow up, they're big in the bottom, they're small on the top, and some are big on the top and small on the bottom. So what that means is now the people who are big on top, they hold weight generally around their waist, and their legs stay thin. And the people that hold weight that have the other situation, everything stays here. Everything stays there. And so it's a different body type. But when you exercise, like for example, doing sit-ups or crunches, which is the popular thing, is not going to reduce the size of your waist. You can do 1,000 a day, every day of the week, and your waist will not get smaller. Because you cannot burn off fat in a certain part of your body. That's physiologically impossible. Nobody's going to come out and say that because they're going to lose money. But it's not possible. You can't put a belt on you and have it vibrated off. You can't do any of this. You can't get this super high, jacks up your metabolism. First of all, your metabolism doesn't want to be jacked up. It's supposed to be right where it belongs. It doesn't want you to speed up the clock. You have to do things that are relevant, not easy fixes. Easy fixes don't work, and they're unhealthy.